Fala galera, today I'm going to make my round 4 uh, from the LCS 10, and this is against another virtual world. So let's see how the game went. Like before, like my other match commentaries, I'm going to conceal my opponent's hand and see the game on my perspective. So this is my hand. This is a pretty good hand. Like I knew it was virtual world, and I mean not ideal, but really close to what I want. The draw on the board, of course, not really good. This is the second match in a row that I open draw against Virtual World, which is not really nice. But yeah, so he started with Lulu, which is a good sign, and went for Lily, and probably say okay. He sent both, and here I have two options because he's probably going to banish the spell, right? Let me see. Yes. So I have two options here. Either I let it through and draw and try to get some value from this draw, or negate right away. I feel like I need to negate right away in the state of this board. So I have to negate it right away. And yeah, pretty much it. And what I need to do is also hope there is no hard draw trap, because this is a really dependent zoo hand. So since there is almost no way he can search the trap here, because if he has CD, I have this, and there is no CD, of course. If there was a CD, he wouldn't summon Lulu, right? So Lulu is only summon, his own summon. So what I need to hope here, there is no hard draw trap, because there is no way he can search trap, because there is no CD. Lulu is not going to resolve, even if he has a hard draw Lulu here, like a second Lulu, this is actually going to cover. So yeah, the worst case scenario is a hard draw trap. So he makes Shing Shang, use Lao Lao, I have to ash that, and then he uses goods, last card in hand is trap. And I know it's trap because of this banish sushi for no reason, right? He's just banishing this to make this trap alive, of course. It makes a lot of sense. I have a lot of draws here because I drew barrage, so I can draw any land, any lord, any zoo. So I had like how many outs? Two lords. Let me count. Two lord, land. It is 3, 5, and zoo I had 9, 14. Yes, 14 out 35, like more or less 30 something, 40% more or less, right? So yeah, I have almost a 50% chance of winning the game. I think I would have won if that happens, but of course it didn't. I drew Ash, which is really bad. I think here I made a mistake. I think I shouldn't use barrage in this situation. I think I did. We talk about this after the game with Gabriel and Christian, and we came to the conclusion that it was better for me to hold barrage. My reason here was because I wanted to use the barrage to force the sushi pop, and now in the future he has no future sushi pop. But it wasn't worth it. It's better to hold the barrage and let him have the sushi pop, and hopefully I draw a land or a zoo or a lord and try to do what I was intending to do this turn, next turn, and hopefully the draw and lock plus Ash hold the line again, right? So yeah, I used the barrage. That was a mistake. He of course went to pop, and I pass. So I think that he used that, get Lulu, discard, and now I'm trying to get value from this draw. This Nyanel was really unfortunate because I think that was a draw phase for the turn. I think it was because he's normal summon Lulu, right? Last turn, so this must be the draw for the turn. So he used draw. Uh, so he went for that, for Lulu and bring Nyan, and then he make this guy, and the last card in hand. Oh, of course it was a draw phase, of course. And then this guy is Lao Lao, so I'm going to ash that. And he tried to use this, but he forgot he's on the draw, so that was a mistake on his part, a big mistake. And I had a way to win this game if I drew something playable right in this turn, because he passes on that, and this is not alive. So if I draw a zoo or something like that, I think I had another chance of winning here. I had two draw phases to draw something, and I didn't. Like I could draw land, lord, zoo 2 times. I had two draws to do to draw something good. Even if I had, just in retrospective, even if I had, um, what's the name? I forgot the name. Even if I had barrage in hand still, it wouldn't be enough with this draw phase. So yeah, so that was it. I lost this game. Really unfortunate. Not really I can do. I think almost every single deck would have lost this game too because I have 3 hand traps and still lost. And the other decks would have less hand traps than me, so they would have got VFD, and I didn't. So I had a chance if I do a little bit better. Um, so this was my hand. This is a good hand. This is a good hand. So I did what I can do with this hand. I summon the zoos and I have like a bunch of interactions. And okay, this is going to be a quick one because I just remember what happened. Uh, he's going to Hop's Feather and it's like, yeah, sure. So he used one of the sanguines and bring another Lord and goes to grave and then Lightning Storm the Trident. And I mean, I could have put this Trident defensive, but it makes no sense. This is only relevant if my opponent drew exactly Hop's Feather and Lightning Storm together because if I have 3 face downs and my opponent only has Lightning Storm, he's going to Lightning Storm for traps, and the Trident being attack defense doesn't matter. So the fact that Trident is an attack is only relevant by the fact that my opponent had exactly Hop's Feather and Lightning Storm. It could be Red Reboot too. So yeah. So yeah. So then the city and everything and I lost. Uh, yeah, it wasn't the best game ever. This game pretty much shows me how people feel when they play combo mirrors. This is much how you guys feel. Often, I don't. My games usually go as often like this one. There's not many blowouts like this in this type of game. You will see in my next game. Just a spoiler: this is the last match that I lost in the entire tournament. So this was my second match. From now on, I won 8 in a row. Um, and many of my games weren't like this. This is a deviation from the norm, I think. Especially because those cards are not that good against my deck. I usually have hand traps, not full Eldritch like I drew 4 Eldritch cards in the same hand, which is unlikely. But this hand in a vacuum against Virtual World was a good hand. I can't complain about the power level of my hand. This is more often than not, enough to stop a Virtual World, even pool side. So I can't complain about that. My hand at the other game wasn't that bad either. The draw was kind of bad, but besides draw, it was fine. It was fine. I had 2 hand traps and I had Black Awakening, which was bad in that situation. But yeah, that's it. Hope you guys like it. I think the other matches will be better than this one. And that's it. See you later.